Hello. So we got news. We finally got news. We thought we were getting this news on Tuesday, but we're getting this news today. Hello. Greetings, fellow humans. Greetings, Benjamin. Hello, Morden. A reasonable update so far? Well, I've skimmed it. I'm actually pretty darn sick, and we were almost, I made myself semi-presentable for stream, but I'm pretty darn sick. It's not great. So we weren't going to have a stream today, but there have been updates, so we're going to talk about it, we're going to chat about it, we're going to read it, we're going to have a good time. And hello, Useless. How nice to see you. There have been greetings, we are humans. Mushos, I don't know if you're human. I don't know. Hey, Chippa. Hello, Ben. Welcome. So we're going to talk about updates, and you got to stare at my really sick face and understand why I may be not streaming today. Jason's here, new Cathay critters, magic monsters for the magic monster god. Hell yeah, hello. It is in order to get, well, yeah, hello, Christoph. Oh, that needs the Kislev accent, I think, with the Christoph. Where in that general region, I have no clue, but the way that's spelled, Christoph, I can't do Kislev accent. But there are updates. We're hearing about all the stuff. Hello. Hey, Orvan. Hey, Jason. Hey, the missing. Nurgle has you in his grasp. He has me tightly in his clasp. Clutching grasp, yes. Clutching clasp? Where did clasp come from? I don't know. Poland rules? Ah, nice. But hello. It's a good one. Nurgle visit Ash, yeah. So, your channel today with the Vlad multi-streamer campaign. Oh, nice. Good. I hope you enjoy the channel. Welcome to the channel. You've come on an interesting day. So today is mainly going to be just talking about the updates, reading through it, seeing how we feel, talking about it. Yeah, I'm repeating myself. But this is the plan. You can see Nurgle with a clasp purse. Nurgle is the fanciest. But yeah, and this gives us a nice little space to chat and go through it. We're going to start off with just reading it and getting a general idea of what it is. I like that they're putting someone in charge of this who we actually know of and plays the game. So, hi everyone, I'm Richard Aldrich, Game Director for Total War Warhammer. Today I want to share some news with you on the new content that will be arriving soon for Shadows of Change with patch 4.2. So we know 4.2 is coming as well. And I'm just going to read through most of this because I haven't had time, so I woke up from my nap. I woke up from my nap, and then there was the update. It was a bunch of messages going, yo, Shadows of Change update. So I've had time to wake up a little bit, but not really read. But when? Mid-February. Mid-February, maybe end of February if they need more time to fix it up. It comes mid to end of February, somewhere in there. Free for existing owners and bolstering the DLC for anyone picking it up post-patch 4.2. So it's just going to be added to the DLC. Really important thing here. This DLC is just being expanded upon. That's what they're saying. It's nothing other than that. And I know another little secret coming up. There's some things we are going to really appreciate. There's something in here that I truly appreciate. But we're going to go through the things step by step. Take our time. Talk about the good stuff, the bad stuff. You didn't have... No, I didn't. I didn't have psychic precognition about the patch, unfortunately. Otherwise, maybe I would have planned a nice Cathay stream after this, because I'm wondering if maybe that's what's next. I'll be covering what you can expect going forward from the Total War Warhammer series. Taking a peek behind the curtain as to how we go about planning, creating, and making our DLCs. And having a close look at the new additions Grand Cathay will be receiving as part of patch 4.2. We get a little reflection of Shadows Change next. I'll cut straight to it. We didn't give you enough new characters and units to play with at the original release of Shadows of Change. We believe we can put this right for you, having listened to your feedback these past months to provide you with better and more varied options for your armies. We know that you, our community, are as passionate about the game as we are, and we're pleased to say that many of your suggestions are being enacted upon. Not all ideas and requests are possible, though. The era of Karl Franz, as you've come to expect, a rich and exciting setting for Total War. And we work closely with the Warhammer studio to ensure that the content for this era of Warhammer is as faithfully represented in our game as possible. Ooh, ooh. Is this hinting at that Games Workshop has had some issues? Or are they trying to imply that Games Workshop is not completely letting them do what they want? The good, the bad, the ugly? Yeah. All of the forces featured within the Shadows of Change DLC can look forward to a sizable collection of reinforcements. But we won't be adding Hag Mothers as generic lords. I'm actually glad about this because people kept saying they want Hag sorceresses to be lords. I think that would be a really bad idea. Okay, that's good. That's really good. I think this would unbalance Kislev so heavily, it would be ridiculous. Because a whole... like, the main point... Like I said, we're talking about this. The main point of Kislev's magic in general is, you know, the ice sorceresses. And you need to train them. If you can just hire a Hag Mother straight off the bat, those ice sorcerers are no longer that interesting. PUBG was annoyed that they messed up the DLC. Maybe the perception, but I'm wondering if it was more, not specifically that kind of thing. So, remember Silostra? Silostra was a character they were, like, allowed to make. And I know GW didn't like, or I've heard rumors that they didn't like Silostra, that business. Here to lurk on you from the... Yeah, I'm not feeling great. You get well too, Grim-Eyed Reaper. They didn't like the Silostra stuff, so I'm wondering if they just don't get that much leeway since Silostra. There have been, like, vibes for that. I can't point to specific things because off the top of my head, I don't know where. So it's interesting seeing that pop up. And with the old world coming out, I'm assuming Kislev's going to get some stuff and a bunch of other things for the old world because GW is bringing out the old world and all that. So they might not want CA to go and fuck up their plans for their own game. So we'll see. That bit about faithfully represent more like a response to community griping about content. But you currently can't say it's not being represented correctly considering that Cathay has what? A little manual from God knows when that barely anyone's read. There's like no real lore on Cathay. The lore's being currently kind of created. So it's not that it's not being accurate to lore with the lores we're getting. Because, okay, the Kislev, we didn't get anything for Kislev. We got something, oh no, we got Ostankia. So we got Ostankia. And she's based off of Baba Yaga to a certain degree. See, GW can say whatever they want about her, but that's clearly Baba Yaga. Then for Cathay, they did Yuan Bo, which he might have his name written in that little pamphlet for Cathay. And then we got Changeling, who is not the most major character for Tzeentch, right? So it's not like we had expansive lore on all these people for them to mess up. So I feel like more it would be GW being like, this is the vision we had for this, and since we're planning on doing our own thing with it, we need it to line up with the own thing we do, because if it doesn't line up with the own thing we do, it's suddenly not right. So I don't think community backlash about lore appropriate really hits with specifically these three factions. Because there's not that much content on Ostankia. There's not that much content. There's like no content now in Yuan Bo. And then Changeling, there's a little bit, but also not the most. Kislev content hype. Hell yeah! That is referring to this update. Okay. Oh, just in general, yeah. As Mother Ostankia is the only Hag Mother of Kislev. So she's the only coven of Hags. Okay. Because we still get the heroes. Similarly, the relationship between Gospodar and Ungals is taking a backseat as we look less at the tension of historic Kislevite culture and more at what defines Kislev as a unified military force in the era of Karl Franz, which is a time where I don't know it that well, actually. I don't know it that well to begin with. I know Kislev more specifically from the setting from the role-playing game. They've got a, like, I want to say Crystal Caves, but that's the D&D thing. It's like Crystal Realms of Ice. There's a setting for it, for the role-playing game. Similarly, we won't be adding Speaks to Tsengors as well. This avian characteristic occurs in other Warhammer settings. These elite Gors in the old world represent those beastmen who have drawn the eye of the changer of ways, rather than totally separate offshoot breed. But as ever, we aim to ensure that whatever we do add to the Total War Warhammer 3 is as authentic an experience of the world of Warhammer as possible. Okay, we found what might have been the backlash. The Tsengors. Okay. There might be more lore in the Tsengors. That I do not know. that makes more sense. Okay. That was a roundabout way of saying not much. This means the Hag Mothers were really important, or yeah, they're not saying that much with this. They're really, this feels like filler. Okay, this feels like filler to me. This was filler. This wasn't a great reflection of Shadows of Change. Because I feel like if we were going to talk about a real reflection of Shadows of Change was, they're not going to write this in a public thing. We priced the game at a certain point and gave you a certain amount of content. This did not meet your expectations, and we are trying to rectify this. At a lower price point, I feel like people would be okay with this DLC. At the price point, people were not okay with it. No, Haglord sucks for Ostankia, but is right for Katarin and Kasaltan. I think it's right for Kislev in general. I think it's really important not to go and unbalance the whole faction. All of the DLC races are already very strong, and that then you just be going and unbalancing the faction further, because you still get the heroes. You still get the Hag heroes. I think the Hag heroes are enough. I don't think you need Hag Lords. Like, how long did High Elves not have Lord Mages? And High Elves are, like, so magic. It's breaking a lot for me on YouTube, so switching to Twitch. Am I having issues? But I did all the things I could do. Darn it all. I did the things. I thought it would be okay. We might... I did all the things. Yeah, I'm seeing that there are issues. Why is this happening? Do it over last minute. Yeah, I'm having a... Yeah, I'm definitely having issues. Okay, well, we'll hope it clears up. I could technically drop the Twitch. It's not great. It's not a great situation, I'm sorry. Let's hope it clears up. Because there's not much I can do about it. Well, everything's running. Like, I can't change the latency. My internet should be fine. There shouldn't be anything causing issues. I don't know what it is. Of the old stop and start? Yeah. No, I've got the warnings on my screen telling me there's issues. But I don't know how to fix them. Legitimately don't know how to fix them. You haven't sacrificed Nyloth yet? Yeah, I need to sacrifice Nyloth. Okay, who got killed? Reflections on Shadows of Change. Everyone. But let's go and continue reading. This is such a problem. Check the health of your internet, can change your ingest server. If none of these work, lower your bitrate. Okay, we could try that. No, I can't do this while live. I see. That's great. Yeah, can't change any of this while streaming. hopefully it clears up. It's not clearing up. This is not what I wanted. Why does this legitimately just happen? I'm sorry. I'm going to continue and hope that it clears up a bit. Or I'll quickly go and I'll just go and check. I'll check the thingy. I'll check that the cats haven't done anything bad. I have returned. I have returned. Okay. I can't fix. Hello, who got killed? And personally, the only thing I don't like in the first section is not exploring Kislev's internal division. Kind of think GW is rewriting lore for Old World. Yeah, I already think that as well. I think there is. I think the issue. I think the GW mention is possibly they might be being kind of hindered in doing things because GW has plans for the Old World, and thus it's getting complicated releasing stuff while GW is lagging behind on everything. Like, Old World has a thing, install Dark Reader. It's not gonna happen. We're gonna have white screen all day, every day. It is working now? No. Twitch, do you know what? Twitch, I'm sorry, I'm dropping the Twitch stream and hoping that fixes the YouTube stream. I'm sorry, how do I end the Twitch stream? I think that... oh, how do I end the interesting. Guess who doesn't know how to end her stream? On Twitch. I don't actually know how to. There should be a way. There should be a way. Manager. Is there an end stream in here? No. Okay, we'll go back to the actual content. I can't... yeah. I could do that, but I don't think that would do anything. Yeah, we'll just read. I can't fix it. It seems like a missed opportunity to not have more of a contrast between the Ungol and the Gospodars. They're not focusing on the Ungol. Oh, because they're different people? They are being merged together heavily here. But I don't think that's such a massive problem because I feel like the Ungols maybe are just kind of being phased out. And that we've got Norska and we've got Kislev, but the Ungols kind of are phased out. This is also Karl Francis' time and not Sigmar's time where the Ungols were a big deal. Sigmar's time was, you know, the Ungols all over the place, you know, great times. But this is other stuff. It's actually kind of fixed now. I hope so. Because unless I end the stream and start the stream again, I don't think there's anything I can do about it. To mention that the Ungol goes better, so maybe you're onto something. Oh. What to expect, but we're going to continue. Yeah, the whole countering character came out of nowhere. Oh, Kastalton character came out of nowhere. Yeah, and he's not a Rasputin ripoff. Okay. What to expect moving forward. Looking to the future, the team and I love the Warhammer universe. It is fixed. I don't see the warning message. Looking to the future, the team and I love... Looking to the future, the team and I love the Warhammer universe and want to make as much content for it as possible. Whether that be to add further exciting characters like the Golden Knight, spectacular units and creatures. Yes, I'm looking at you, Mighty Hot Pot. I don't know who the Hot Pot is. Or other unexplored lore. We still plan to make many more DLCs for Total War Warhammer 3. with some of them like Thrones of Decay following the same premise and composition as Shadows of Change, where we will add to and develop 3 existing races from across the Warhammer world, accompanied by our patches and updates. This will give us the opportunity to go back to some of your most beloved races and give them some attention. But they're saying they'll most likely do different types of drops. It's implied here. So we might get other types, which I would really appreciate, because it's nice getting something for 3 races, but I don't mind if it's just 2 races or something like that. Yeah. Oh god, the warning's gone. Everything's good now. Everything's good. Hot Pot is a stupid halfling nonsense. Ooh, I want halflings. Halflings seem honestly absolutely amazing. I like halflings. I just don't know who Hot Pot is. But halflings are great. Little sneaky stabbers. Little, I'm gonna eat all my fill. Oh my god, we're thieving bastards and you're gonna love us. I love the little halflings. But yeah. What could be the new basic lord if not for Hagmother, in your opinion? We could get a more unit-focused lord. We could actually get the Patriarch Lord, because I think a Patriarch Lord would be absolutely fine. Just completely ruin Castalton. Just completely go, yeah, Castalton, you're not special. We already know Castalton's not special. You could do that. I don't know what the lore type would be, but let's go and read through the whole thing, because I need to figure out if each one of these races I think is getting a new lord or not, because I haven't read the whole thing. I don't know. I think we need a... for Urania is the part where you can expect a ton of content for Nurgle. That's what I want to read. Following the same premise, below I have laid out what you can expect to see for Shadows of Change and Thrones of Decay in terms of the content and features for these products moving forwards. DLC content for Shadows of Change and things in that format. 3 legendary lords, each playable in the Realms of Chaos and Immortal Empire campaigns. Unique gameplay mechanics for each legendary lord. 3 legendary heroes, 1 per race. 3 lords, 1 per race. Oh, I see. I see. What would I want for Kislev? They could do the Patriarch Lord. He would be a little bit lazy, but I could see the Patriarch Lord being a thing that gets added. You can't add the Hagmother. You can't add the Hagmother. Just because you're adding a caster. And that would be hella iffy for Kislev. It just unbalances them and makes them not right. I see the issue. Yeah, I think the Patriarch would be a boring option for Kislev. I feel like it would be a decent option. They've already got 3 lore types. They've got the casters. They've got the Patriarch. No, not the Patriarchs. The Boyar. And then they've got the guys in the settlements. What are they called? Maybe a Range Lord? Range could be interesting. Since it's coming with Ostankya, it could be like a stock lord, like, because for Ostankya, one of the big standouts were I'm sick. Please have patience with me remembering names. Akshina Lord? Yeah, an Akshina Lord. To give you more PTSD, exactly, we could get an Akshina Lord. I think that would work, and it would be very thematic, because the Akshina were the standout things. Or if you want to be a little bit more boring, but a little bit more true to Kislev as a whole, a Patriarch Lord. So Patriarch or Akshina Lord, I think. Hag heroes are already better than Ice Witches, lols. They are. That's why we don't need to add in the lords. We don't need to add in lords to go and unbalance it further. And then for the other 2... Oh, we're having the lag issues again on YouTube. I legitimately don't know what it is. I'll call my provider tomorrow again. I'll call them tomorrow, and maybe I just need to change my internet provider. But yeah. Castalton is a Patriarch Lord. He has all 3 prayers. Exactly, just go and make more of them. But he's a legendary lord. Make a generic one. 3 heroes, 1 per race. 5 units, infantry, cavalry, monsters, etc. per race. Give Cathay a good melee hero. They already gave us a good melee lord, but give us a good melee hero that maybe replenishes units or something like that. Kislev's missing a movement hero. It's what makes Ulrika so good for Kislev, because they don't have a movement hero. And Changeling, honestly, I just don't like thinking about Changeling. He just doesn't work for the formula for me. 5 units, infantry, cavalry, monsters, etc. per race. This is actually a lot of content. 3 regiments of renown per race. 1 free LC character, Eccletel Brassfoot for Shadows of Change, and a legendary lord for Thrones of Decay. Yes. Yes. This was the good news I wanted. This is what I wanted. This is what I want. I think the FLC is so important for keeping everyone happy and together. Yes, Toddy. Yes, Toddy. That's exactly what I want. Toddy. Yes, it needs to be Toddy. I feel like it has to be Toddy. We get Von Draken as the actual lord, and then Toddy's the FLC. Come on, it has to be Toddy. Let's get some sexy Toddy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it has to be. And the DLC's called Todd. Come on. The DLC's called Todd. You seem smooth and uninterrupted. Okay, good. I'm getting error message again, so I'm worried. But I am calling my provider tomorrow. So the FLC, well, it is not required for any company to do this, is something that CA has been doing for such a long time. And it's something that garners them such good graces, and then suddenly taking it away, it makes it really hard to swallow for a lot of people. And then the practice itself, I consider really, just in general, really good for the community as a whole, because it brings players back even if they don't want the DLC. And those players who come back might start enjoying the game again. Oh, you know, they went and updated this and did this and that, and then they're having more fun with the game, and then, you know, they're more likely to buy DLC. Like, from a marketing standpoint, I think the FLC honestly is a really good thing for them to do, and it's good for us as the consumer because it gives you something nice, right? So I feel like bringing the FLC back for Thrones of Decay, maybe we're not getting it for anything else, I think bringing the FLC Lord back is really good. And it lets us all be excited together, you know. Some people who get the DLC go and play the DLC. The people who aren't getting the DLC, they still get the free Lord. They get to go in and be part of the excitement. Some of my favorite Lords are FLC Lords. Which tree person do I play the most? Which wood elf do I play? It's Strika. One of my favorite high elves is Imric. He's so good. He's so fun. Vamps have Coven Throne, Graveguard with Halberd Spirit Hosts, and that's just off the bat. Todd will make 98 Legendary Lords. I kind of expect Neferata and Nagash or Thanquil. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a big one. Thanquil and Nagash are going to... Thanquil, Nagash, Neferata, those 3 are, like, the next really, really, really big things. But I think they're still a good chunk away, considering that we're going to get most likely Slaanesh and Khorne DLC still, before anything else. But we'll see. And since we're getting Old World now with this DLC, maybe we'll get some with the other ones. Like, if they don't have a good Lord for Khorne or not a good Lord for Slaanesh, then maybe we'll get something. Just because you didn't pay, just because you bought the DLC and didn't play it doesn't... Yeah, Benjamin, don't buy DLC if you're not going to play it. That's just weird. Potential further content. New spell lore, new mounts, new additional free LC. I like this. I want them to go back to the practice. Like, they don't have to do it for every DLC, but throwing it in between, it just adds to the positivity around the game. And it makes me happy, because everybody can have a good time then. Everyone who wants to try stuff out can have a good time then, if you add in the FLC. So, you know, subject to the IP theming of the DLC and where applicable. So if we're getting this general formula for the DLC, because we might get a different formula for a different DLC. So they're saying for this general formula, this is what you get. Oh, this is just the update. Subject to the IP theming of the DLC and where applicable. I don't think they're gonna... What? Okay, so this is what they're adding. I think this was a weird graph to make. This was a weird graph. But, okay, so we're going from 3 legendary lords, staying on 3 legendary lords. We had 1 legendary hero. We're bumping it up by 2 more. So we're going to get 1 for Kislev and for Cathay. Ooh, who might those be? Who would our... Oh, God, we're going to need a special hero for Kislev. They did something to Kislev that makes me kind of sad. And they did this originally at the very beginning of Warhammer 3. Cathay is like 2 different Cathays put together. There's this character, Cathay the Bloody, Cathay the Red, who is now also this Cathay. But she doesn't feel that way. She's hella, she goes into the vampire direction, and I really like the idea of her. It's just she can't be made anymore because we've got Ulrika and we got Cathay, so we're not getting Cathay again. 4 more? RadiantAsh 4 more? How do you think that would be? No. We're not getting 4 more heroes. No. Pretty certain that what they're saying is we have 1 legendary hero. We're going to have 3 legendary heroes, which is a gain of 2 heroes. I don't think they're saying we're getting 4 more heroes. Ash can't do basic math. Where is the 4 more heroes? Where are you getting 4 more heroes? Ooh, are we getting Lore of Hags? They said maybe new spell lores, but they haven't confirmed or denied it thus far in the reading, so I don't know. Then, because if anyone read this as at the end there being 5 heroes, I think you read it wrong. I'm pretty certain they're saying they're going to be 3 heroes. And I think they're saying they're going to be 3 lords. Anyone who thinks that's 5, I think you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty certain that's what they're saying. They're just equaling things out. Only 2 legendary characters. They're saying plus 2 legendary heroes. Oh, there's 2 legendary heroes and 2 normal heroes? Yeah. So I'm not counting legendary heroes to the general thing, because legendary heroes can be an existing type of hero with a special story around them, an existing, that kind of thing. So legendary heroes aren't new heroes to me. They're legendary heroes. That's how I view it. These are separate. I read it wrong. No problem, Benjamin. Yes, 1 for each. Yeah. We're getting an additional 6 units for a total of 16. We already have the Regiment of Renown. We are getting a new magic lore. And we are getting an extra FLC? We're getting an extra... But is this... We're getting an extra FLC. They said FLC could be legendary heroes, but since they put legendary heroes over here... What do you mean, an extra free LC? Let's keep reading. Because this here... Okay, we're going back here. 1 FLC character, Eccletail Best for Shadows of Change, and a Legendary Lord for Thrones of Decay. Yeah, we're getting a Legendary Lord for Thrones of Decay. But this is... Shadows of Change, very clearly. And they're saying we're getting Legendary Heroes over here, plus 2. But over here, we've got free LC plus 1. So we're getting... We'll read through this, but he's saying thank you, so I don't know if they made a mistake, or if I'm making a mistake. I don't know if I'm being dumb, or they're being dumb. Somebody's being dumb here. Either they're not mentioning it and leaving it nice and sneaky in here, or I'm being really dumb, or they were dumb. Yeah, is the FLC included in the buff? It can't be, because then it would need to be plus 2. If it was a legendary hero, since they wrote +2 up here for the legendary heroes, which can be FLC, or maybe one of these heroes will be FLC. Maybe one of these two heroes will be FLC. That could be it. That could be it. Okay, maybe. So there we go. We've got something where I could be done. Maybe one of these two heroes is FLC. Or maybe. No, we're not getting anything else new. So one of these two heroes could be FLC. We don't know. Shadow of Change and Thrones, the Scribes were a legendary hero? Yeah, but they're saying they're adding an FLC. So the way you read this is, we have 3, we're going to have 3. We have 1, we're going to have 3, which is +2. You have 1, you're going to have 3, that's +2. Here, we have 1, +1. So there's something. Legendary heroes are part of Shadow of Chains, FLC is own. Yeah, extra free FLC. Okay, then YouTube. Ah, that's much better. I'm sorry, I don't know what's up with the YouTube stuff, but yeah. So there is something FLC in here, which is most likely a hero, or maybe something else, since they're not clarifying, and they didn't clarify in the text here either. That, or they were dumb and wrote it weird. Both possible. I'm dumb, or they're dumb. It's okay if sometimes people are dumb. Catherine's sled mount is the second FLC. Her mount is the FLC. That would be funny. I want the chicken house, though. Don't say it's the sled. I want the chicken house. Echoes was free LC. Scribes was part of Shadows of Change. Oh, okay. Either way, that was existing content, so it can't be the +1. The +1 doesn't imply. The +1 means there's another piece of FLC. That or they messed up. Thank you again for your invaluable feedback since the release of Shadows of Change, and in particular thoughts on improving the rosters and having parity across the races with the content we are adding as a part of them. The power creep. As mentioned above, each race will now have a legendary lord, legendary hero, lord, hero, 5 units, and 3 regiments of renown. This, we hope, will allow you to lead thematic armies that are better connected to the legendary lords in the DLC, add both lower tier troops and big centerpiece monsters, and start to fill some of the gaps and needs of the races in the game that you have asked for. Where possible with further content, we will also be adding thematic lores of magic, mounts for new and existing characters to make use of, and making some much requested free DLC where it makes sense. Cough, cough, Catherine sled. Okay. Okay, I think they made a mistake in this. They shouldn't have written Shadows of Change. Except they did need to write Shadows of Change. But this is what the new release for this is meant to look like. This looks like there's going to be more FLC. This looks like there's going to be more FLC. And that they're planning on having 2 FLC per launch. I don't know. This here confuses me very greatly. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I can't open that. I can't open that. It's actually said, they say that under the chart. Oh, do they? I hope that everything I've mentioned above looks much more in line with your own expectation for the DLC as we move to significantly bridge the gap to our past products like Chaos Dwarfs and what we will offer moving forward, starting with Shadows of Change. Now into the exciting stuff you're all come here to see. So do you mean in here it's written? Because just writing cough cough's counter and sled? Oh, free DLC where it makes sense. I guess amount. Okay, fine. It can be the sled. It can be the sled. That's weird. It can be the sled. Fine. Fine. Grand Cathay editions. Question, do we want to play some Grand Cathay tomorrow? To set the scene, when we went back to look at what we could add to enrich the offerings of Grand Cathay and Shadows of Change, we focused heavily on the theme that surrounds the Jade Dragon, his celestial court, having his eyes and ears everywhere. Give us the hero. Oh my god, yes. Give us the hero from the story you wrote. Having his eyes and ears everywhere, having the ability to quickly react and protect his empire, to be the emperor in all intents and purposes. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was your plan for him. This meant plenty of conversations with Games Workshop in looking to find characters and units that best complemented this approach and made sense for a lore perspective. See, this is where I think they might be having trouble, because they need to go and actually work heavily with Games Workshop for this stuff, because Games Workshop might be planning things for these things, and there's just not enough existing lore around this stuff for them to be like, yo, we would like to do this and this with this character, because this character already exists and it's got generally this backstory, because these are all races and people where there's really, really little lore, actual existing hard lore around them. So they might have to work with Games Workshop heavier than with other previous DLC and stuff. Like, there's way more on Tyrion than on Cathay. Looking into what we hadn't included previously in Total Warhammer 3 or Shadows of Change quickly helped us fill in some of the gaps in Grand Cathay's roster, such as with the Great Gatecaster and Celestial Line. The line in particular was something that almost made the cut for the original release of Shadows of Change, so I am super excited to see it now in the roster as both a monstrous unit and a mount option. Ooh! But it also got us to look a little further afield too, as you will see with our first ever legendary hero for Grand Cathay, Satang the Watcher. Satang the Watcher, Sentinel of the Heavens, legendary hero. So what are you? This is most likely Satang. He's cute. Ooh, do you think he's going to be giant? Or is he going to be small? Is he going to be a full-on, like, terracotta boy? Or is he going to be a hero terracotta boy? Okay, let's keep reading. He looks cool. He looks cool. I like the look of him. It's 3 legendary, 3 but yes, that is the format for some of the DLC coming out, when they're doing the one for each race, because further up they say that they might be doing different formats as well. Satang the Watcher, Sentinel of the Heavens, legendary hero. So let me introduce Grand Cathay's first colossal, he's large, colossal legendary hero to you. He's a terracotta sentinel, terracotta sentinel. We wanted to add Satang to move away from what is currently known about Grand Cathay and showcase some of the other inhabitants of this mighty empire. Oh, I like this. I think I'm going to enjoy him. A lot. Satang represents an ever-watching protective figure, not dissimilar to Yuan Bo. Don't care about Yuan Bo. But as you will see, is a fair bit larger. Yeah, because he's terracotta. He's giant. Yeah. We got terracotta boy. And do you know what this means? This means you can give him ward save, you can give him missile resist, you can give him lots of items. Yeah! I'm really happy about this. This makes me excited. Satang gives us the use of magical constructs, something which is core to this great nation and how it protects itself, along with giving them devastating long-ranged artillery-like potential. Satang also lends themselves nicely to the connection the Jade Dragon has to the winds of Azir, heavens, and the more magical elements of Grand Cathay. The terracotta sentinels and the just in general kind of lore around statues coming to life and protecting different nations, specifically Asian ones, is a super fun kind of thing that is just good and cool. Big Clay Daddy, hell yeah, big boy, Big Clay Daddy, hell yeah. This is something I want. This I like seeing. Let's read his little blurb. Known as the Guardian of the Sky, the Heavenly Bowmen are commonly to the people of the southern provinces simply the Watcher. Satang is the great sentinel that stands atop the mountains of heaven, towering over other sentinels. Satang is an imposing oh my god. Is he going to be bigger than other terracotta boys? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Towering over other sentinels, Satang is an imposing sight with its outstretched wings and great stone-feathered helm. Those who have witnessed Satang in battle claim no armor or barrier can turn aside the arrows it fires from its great wind bow, the shafts piercing the ranks of the enemies, and even the iron hides of fell beasts. And though Satang cannot fly in the true sense, its power allows it to leap great distances, even jumping from mountain peak to mountain peak in the defense of the Empire. Ooh. I like him. He makes me happy. Above you can see the first step we take when designing and adding content to our DLCs. Starting with the thumbnail image, it gives us a quick and flexible method to work with Games Workshop in first realizing the character or unit. Its job is to get across the scale, flavor, functionality, and work required to bring this model to life, but be easily adaptable to suit the needs of the IP and the game before we move on to the next stage of the creation process, the concept art. Yeah, he's cool. I like him. He's pretty cool. I like him. They gave me new Gundam to play with. I'm satisfied. Yeah, new Gundam. Yeah. I don't know what you're saying. I bet we'll become. Nah. It's daddy. It can be mommy. It can be whatever. Big boy, big girl. I don't care. Big gun. And I like how that they're sharing. This is kind of interesting to see, sharing how they go about dealing with this stuff. When entering the concept stage of the creation process, we are looking to up the visual quality of the model from the thumbnail, adding details, looking at materials and textures to use. This will act as a comprehensive blueprint to guide our 3D character artists in the creation of the final model for you to play with in game. We also use this as a sounding board for how our animation and designs will work, tweaking the size and scale of body parts to work with the game's engine, creating a proxy model to test things out, and maximizing the fun of each character or creature. Nice. It's what I use as the thumbnail. I didn't know what I was using as the thumbnail. So now you know a little of the process behind how we create our characters. Let's discuss what Saitang is good at doing in-game. Being a big boy! Eager to see his jump ability? Yeah, I'm kind of what. That could be cool. Saitang the Watcher is a giant-sized legendary hero, which, disregarding mounted characters, is a rare sight in Total War Warhammer 3. Much like the Bone Giant of the Tomb Kings, Saitang uses a giant magical bow to fire artillery-grade projectiles into the enemy lines. And I'm hoping you can keep him a little bit more protected with his items. Saitang is also relatively strong in close combat, with good defensive stats and the ability to buff other nearby constructs. Saitang doesn't fly, being a construct, even with those mighty wings, but can jump large distances to close the gap on an enemy. I wonder if he gets like the spider jump, but in big muscly form. Construct. With the introduction of constructs on the Cathay roster, the Terracotta Sentinel and both Guardian lines are now considered constructs. This makes sense, with the same rules as the constructs found on the Tomb Kings roster. I wonder if you borrow these as Tomb Kings, if you can heal them. Saitang has an ability that synergizes with this type of unit. Because he buffs them, he does heavenly winds or, tough and heavy. Saitang has a high amount of armor, which enables it to shrug off most attacks from non-armor piercing sources. As a heavier character, Saitang will be able to send smaller entities flying with ease. Giant bow. Armed with the wind bow, Saitang can deliver long-range attacks and singular target shots with devastating precision. I'm hoping he is a siege attacker, because I'm pretty sure the Sentinels are. I think. But he looks exciting. I'm looking. Saitang? You mean Saitang? Gate Masters of the Celestial Cities. Hero. Okay. What are we getting? We are getting a bit of a melee here, it looks like. You may have seen the art of this character since the release of Total Warhammer 3. A character which didn't quite make the final cut. But he is now here to stand tall and add a bit of melee strength to Grand Cathay's frontline. It's what Cathay was missing. Jade Warriors are the professional soldiers of Grand Cathay, and the Gate Masters of the Celestial Cities are their leaders. To earn the title of Gate Master, a Jade Warrior must have served in the defense of their city, and many are veterans of the Empire's many wars. Like their soldiers, a Gate Master is trained in defensive warfare and how best to defend their city, and as such know how to read the lay of the land before a battle. This can prove useful in enacting the will of their Lord Magistrate, who trusts their Gate Master above all other officers in their army. So we're getting the melee hero, which is what Cathay needs. That is what Cathay is missing. The Gate Master is a defensive line-holding hero with hybrid weaponry. Using his abilities, he can buff the defense of nearby troops while shooting enemies. Cathay does seem very heavily based around the different buffs they can have. It's a lot of their units, the war drums and the astromancers, the alchemist, a lot of buffing and debuffing as their base things. This means Guardian lines will now be unbreakable? Are constructs in general unbreakable? Then maybe, yeah. I wonder if it means Miao Ying can't heal him. Interesting. Interesting. These are things we'll have to find out. See, I made Halo Wars 2 and made ground slam abilities for that, so hopefully he does damage as he lands. I feel like he should, because I feel like it should be like a crater landing, since he's giant. That would be cool. So he's another buffer person. A defensive Gatemaster excels at defensive warfare with several abilities above friendly battle lines. Mounted. When mounted on a horse, the Gatemaster can quickly move between the battle lines to where he is needed most. Yeah, but he'll most likely get stuck like everything. Mounts. Warhorse. Please. I'm really hoping that his blue ability is replenish troops, because that's what I think he should be. He should be a replenish troop. A second mount that they could maybe one day give him is Logma. Because I feel like Logma would be fine too. This is our first unit. Great Moonbird, Monsters and Monstrous Mount. Continuing the theme of the Celestial Court, and to give Grand Cathay some added flying power, we have added the Great Moonbird as both a monster single entity flying unit and as a mount option for a variety of characters to field. Oh, aren't you cute? Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. I'm thinking most likely Phoenix animations or Eagle animations. Continuing the theme of the Celestial Court, yeah. Favored of the Empress, the great moon birds are found in the highest peaks of the mountains of heaven. They are said to make their nests in the craters of Mansleep, the silver moon of the Warhammer world, and only fly down to earth when called by either the Empress or the most powerful astromancers. Fearsome to behold in battle, the moonbird are often wreathed in silvery flames, or moonfire, which burns the enemies of the Empire. Yeah, that's feeling so phoenixy. Who come into contact with it. Powerful lords, especially wizards of the Celestial Court, might even be granted a moonbird as a mount, though this is usually only for a short time, before the creature once more returns to the heavens. But what is short to a bird that lives on the moon? Have fun! Enjoy your food, Chippy! Oh god, they're so cute. I like the way they've been, yeah, I like their design. Come here, little one. Come here. Okay. Gameplay overview. Similar to the High Elf Phoenixes, oh yep, there it's written. Phoenixes, the Great Moon Bird is a magical flying monster with flaming attacks and a powerful AoE vortex ability. Grand, so new strategies will become viable in battle. Whether it is providing air-to-air defense for the sky junks or striking deep into the enemy lines, the Great Moonbird is also a mount for the Astromancer, which offers them a whole new level of battlefield mobility. I do think that's actually really cool. And then you're making a hard choice in between, are you going to take the compass, or if you're going to take this? Because the compass is nice, and this could be really good. Or from Pal World, yeah. Airborne, the Great Moonbird can fly and traverse otherwise impassable terrain. By flapping its wings, the Great Moonbird can produce a vortex of moonfire, which damages all enemies caught within its radius. Flaming and magical, much like the Arcane Phoenix of the Isles, the Great Moonbird can deal both flaming and magical attacks. Mount option, Astromancer. Hello, cutie. There is one small sneaky worry I've got with the stuff being added in. If we're getting lots and lots of content, this isn't a complaint. I'm just worried that we might end up with a lot of similar units and a lot of similar races, which could lead to less diverse gameplay, but we'll see. Celestial Line, Monsters and Monstrous Mount. Probably my favorite model of the new addition to Grand Cathay, the Celestial Line's beauty and strength is second to none. Acting as both a single-entity monstrous flying unit and a mount option for a variety of characters from Grand Cathay, the Celestial Lion will strike terror into those that stand within its way. Winged lions exist in the east, believed to have descended from natural beasts warped during the coming of chaos to the world. Unlike the fell manticores of the west, these celestial beasts have been purified by the power of the Dragon Emperor, and live within the sacred hunting grounds of the Forest of the Moon. Favored, sorcerers, or warriors may be gifted such creatures by the dragons, riding it into battle and striking fear into the foes of the Empire. He does look cool. He does look cool. Those colors are pretty nice. It gives like traditional Chinese phoenix color vibes, which I like. But I think this one looks... This image is just perfect. It's just perfect. Techless will be jealous. Yeah, he doesn't get a moon bird. Phoenix, not sure if it's a new unit or a reskin. This feels like a reskin. A pretty reskin. And this could be this is gonna most likely be based off of the Chaos Dwarf Lion Boy. Gameplay. Fast. The Celestial Lion has exceptional ground mobility, making it perfect for harassing tactics or flanking. Airborne. Flying high above the battleground, the Celestial Lion can... Yeah. Fearsome. By utilizing its fearsome roar... Wait. This is actually... Have all of them been single entity units? Yeah. Single entity. Single entity. Interesting. And then this ability is most likely the High Elf Lions of the Regiment of Renown, the Lions Regiment of Renown for High Elves. That's what the Fearsome Roar is most likely. But it looks cool, and it's going to be fun. It adds a little extra variety. And since it's single entity, because yeah, these both look like single entities. They're both mounts. Yeah, they're single entities. For Celestial General. Ooh, the General gets the Flying Kitten? Ooh, I like that. The Celestial Line is another flying single-entity monster for the armies of Cathay to utilize. Similar to a Griffin or Manticore, it is able to provide air support on a budget compared to higher-tier units, like the Great Moonbird. The Celestial General can also make use of this beast as a mount. Celestial Line, Chaos Manticore. In terms of role. Maybe, but in terms of animation, pretty sure this is going to be the Chaos Dwarf kitten. If you look at it, the shapes, the movement it would have would be very similar to that. Which is a really good movement to have because it's another one of those slightly weird animations that gives you a good stuff. I hope it'll look like Griffin. Oh, actually... It could go in the Griffin direction. But I still think Chaos Dwarf because that's more recent, but maybe it is more Griffin. That's interesting. I didn't think about that, Oravan. Before I end today, I wanted to cover an omission that you may have been hoping for in Grand Cathay's roster update, an elite core infantry unit. There is very good reason for this, and trust me, we aren't okay. We aren't monkeying about. The first, as we explained, is on keeping the focus on the Celestial Court and the Jade Dragon. We're getting Monkey King at some point. The second being that the Celestial Courts don't have a unit of this type to add. That said, we've only just scratched the surface of the possible content we can create for Grand Cathay. And as I mentioned earlier, we have plans to support the game with lots of new content for the foreseeable future. I can't clap with both hands because I need a whole nurgle. So when can you expect patch 4.2 and all of its additions to Shadows of Change? Well, the team are still working flat out to have everything ready for release, but we want to be upfront with you that there is a chance that our intended date could shift slightly. This is the true nature of video game development. In spotting those last-minute issues or adding that final polish which can lead to release date changing. It's important to all of us here that we get patch 4.2 right for you, so we won't rush it out before it's ready. As stands today, we're on track to release in the middle of the month. But like I said, this could shift closer to the end of February, depending on how the remaining work goes. I'm optimistic, and the team are super energized in getting everything done and ready to put into your hands. Next week, I'll be back with the deep dive on the additional units coming to Siege. along with confirmation of 4.2's release date. Thanks for taking the time to read this. Chat to y'all next week. Okay. So, overview. New units for Cathay look really cool. The most boring out of them is the melee hero, but he is really necessary. Like, the other ones are shiny. The other units are shiny, but he's what Cathay's really missing. This is super shiny and exciting. This makes me go, ooh, I want to play you. This is kind of boring, but, you know, it's the bread and butter that's going to make Cathay, it's going to help Cathay a lot. Whereas, this is the bread that makes everything good. Yeah, hero, meat, shield. Yeah, it's what Cathay was missing. Hero, meat, shield. And then we got all the shiny with the terracotta boy, who... I'm looking forward to him. He looks really cool. Phoenixes are really good, so this is going to be a really good unit, and I think they did really well on the design. It's interesting to see how they got rid of its decorative stuff in the design and removed that and made them more birdy and less high elfy, because I do feel like this decoration made them more high elf, but ended up going more dino, and I like the dino vibes it gives. And then this boy's cool. This boy's just kind of cool. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this. This does sound good. I think the reflection part of it wasn't so much reflection of Shadows of Change. It was there to be there. I feel like this wasn't too much reflection. This was whatever. I do like that they're trying to be open about their process by, like, showing this is how we go and handle the situation with Games Workshop. And I can definitely see there being issues with Games Workshop, especially about all this lore stuff where there's not enough base. But I'm looking forward to this. This should be good. I'm pretty excited. And then next week we can look at the Teach one if you guys want. Good on reusing existing unit modes like Griffins and Phoenixes. It is. My only worry with this kind of thing is just that it might end up watering down the differences between different factions. But we'll have to see how that is when we play and stuff like that. Moon Good Bird for Astromancers and Celestial Line for the General. Yeah. I find it a bit strange that the hero is that different from the current melee lord. I don't, because you don't want the lord and the hero to be the same. They fulfill different purposes. The lord's actually just good at slapping. The hero is the noble. Okay. Legitimately, reading his role, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a high elf noble. Do you know what? High elf nobles are great. High elf nobles are amazing units to have in your army. Whereas the lord's meant to be, I am a duelist. I will kill all heroes and lords. Whereas the noble's like, I'm gonna go and tank with you. I'm gonna protect my boys. I'm gonna be really useful. Hopefully heal up the army, because that's something else Cathay is missing. So I think the hero will be good. I feel like he will be a bit more the bread and not the peanut butter and jelly on top. But I'm looking forward to this, and I think... How do you guys feel? Like, do you like what you're seeing? Am I being too optimistic? Hero is the veteran that gets his retirement benefits by dying, lol. Yeah. Yes. Yes. As long as they give them 1 or 2 new animations like they did with Zotes, I'm fine. That could be cool. I don't know if we'll get any new animations. We might get more... Like, are you saying full-on animations, or are flourishes fine? Like, you know, special effect fire attack that's different. Because I don't know if we'll get new... We don't know. I think the only thing I'm really worried about is them not addressing campaign mechanics. I really don't want a repeat of the Changeling being unlosable or you and Bo's execute. Do you mean in the future, the power creep? Because the power creep's definitely been a thing for a while. All 3 of the new races are really strong. I would actually put Ostankia as the weakest out of the 3, but she's still very strong. Those curses and blessings are ridiculously strong. But with Yuan Bo's abilities and Changeling, you can't lose. I think they are in good path, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely need to see. But I'm liking what I'm reading. And I think they're doing a good job of hyping. Because this boy, I want to touch this boy. Or this lady. I want to touch this statue. I want to touch the statue. I want to touch the statue. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to touch the statue. Or it's peanut butter and jelly till fancy casters on top. But you want the bread, because otherwise you just got jam on your hands. You want the melee boy. And the other two units, they look cool. I want to try them out. They look cool. They look cool. The Jade Dragon seems a bit like the Lion Dragon as well. Because we've gotten, 3 lions with this? I thought his legendary hero... I'm so glad. By the way, I like this hero way more than the hero that they implied in the story, in his story, because his story implied, like, an assassin hero, and I'm like, I'm not so fussed about assassin hero. This is so much cooler! I'm hopeful, but don't want to get my hopes up too much. Sia has broken my heart too many times. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, wait and see. I'm going to enjoy being a little bit excited about this stuff coming. If it turns out to be shit, well, you can't disappoint me more than you disappointed me with no chicken house. Like, I want a chicken house. I was promised chicken house. I got no chicken house. It made me very sad. I'm hopeful. I hope the next DLC has more mechanics that are fun to use, but not super OP. Yeah, fun is good. Or that if they're OP, that they're like, you need to put a lot of effort in. Like, to the high elf influence mechanic is really strong, but only if you put the effort in to go and get ridiculous amounts of influence. Touch the statue. Do it now. How does one protect giant hero from DAP damage? Lol. All the ward saves. Stack it. That's a good start for the year, but I won't increase my hype until we see thrones, because it's easy to add things to something done. Other is to build something good from the ground up. I don't think you need, like, massive hype. I don't think... I'm very excited about Thrones of Decay. Honestly, Thrones of Decay is most likely the most important DLC for me, just because of how much I like Nurgle. I'm still really sad that we can't play Champions of Chaos as Mono Chaos, because I really would like more Nurgle options to play. I really enjoy playing Nurgle. I think they did a fantastic job of making Nurgle, but there just being Kugoth is such a problem, because I play Kugoth to death. And I think you guys are a little bit tired of seeing me play Kugoth. But if we could add Festus in as Mono God Chaos, I'd play Festus more. But Champions of Chaos had that power creep already, where I barely play Warriors of Chaos or Champions of Chaos because they're so powerful. I think they're fun and cool, and they're thematic, and there's so much about them that's really good. It's just, I feel like halfway through the stream, I'm already not paying that much attention because we're safe. We're totally safe. I hope Kislev doesn't get a bunch of new single entity monsters. I hope not, but I don't mind if they get a second one. I like the elemental creature. Like, maybe that wasn't as a lore friendly as some people wanted. A chicken house? Yes, chicken house. For Stankia. She's meant to be Baba Yaga. I just realized. Oops. She's meant to be Baba Yaga. And Baba Yaga has a chicken house. Look at that. I need to not search things on a browser I actually use. But yeah, no, I'm liking the look of it, and I'm pretty happy. Do you guys have any preference where you want to go? Because I am sick. Like, I'm covering up my sickness with, Band-Aids and sleep and stuff. Making sure that this is kind of okay. And then we can play some, I think, hype reasons. We'll play some Cathay tomorrow. They said they wanted to focus on infantry, so I think his level will be infantry. That would be okay. I'd be down with that. I want to see if that new lore of magic is going to be lore of hags. Because they did say magic lores +1, so we're most likely getting a new lore. But if we get lore of change, no, give us lore of hags. Do it. Just give us lore of hags. That's gonna make people so much more happy. That's gonna make people happy. And that would give Kislev very unique magic. They've got their ice magic. They've got their weather magic, and then lore of hags. That would make Kislev, extra special. But let's go and find you guys something to watch. I had fun, and I'm glad that this came out, and I'm really happy about this. There's been so much random shit about, so much random... Shadows Change stuff was just, that's not how I go about it. I need to be on up here. I need to be up here to find you guys something to watch. Where do you want to go? What seems fun to you? We've got... What options do we have? Do you guys want to go to... Okay, I'll go through the list. You've got Koi. He's doing a 6-player random thing with viewers. We got Mercy doing dwarfs. We got me. We got... Ooh. Adam versus Everything, who I don't know who that is. Who's playing Astrogoth. We've got Faux Hammer. We got Teapot. I'm skipping anyone who's in a language I can't read. And then we got End of the Lion, Warriors of Chaos. Still loving the big statue. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You want to touch that statue. You want to make it nice and shiny. Okay, I thought you meaning something to create chicken units. No. No. Baba Yaga's just got her chicken house. Well, they said no to hag mothers, but not no to chicken houses. Yeah, exactly. Give me the chicken house. Just give me the chicken house. There's a mod. When we get the Kislev update thingy, we'll play with the chicken house mod and we'll play Baba Yaga. But I think that's what we'll do. We'll go and have like a theme stream for each update. We'll read the thingy and then we'll play the game and have fun chatting about it. I think that would be something fun to do. Today we're not doing that just because I'm sick. I wasn't gonna stream. I was gonna hide in my bed and pretend I didn't exist. You didn't tell me where you want to go. You didn't tell me, and you need to tell me, because if you don't tell me,